Finally, I have my hands on a cult classic of the custom keyboard scene, the KBD67 Lite. The KBD67 Lite is an entry-level custom keyboard from a brand that's been in the game for a long time, KBD fans. This keyboard comes in a variety of colors in solid and translucent cases. Depending on where you are, this keyboard can be had for around $120. The KBD67 Lite comes in a quite premium carrying case. The outside is a thick canvas material and it has soft suede light texture on the inside. The handle feels substantial and the zippers are YKK branded. High quality all around. You'll find almost everything you need for the build inside the case. There's a welcome message with a QR code to the build guide, KBD fan screw-in stabilizers with goodies like screw gaskets and stab pads. You'll also get some screws, a screwdriver, case feet, and gaskets that you'll need for the build. They included a vintage phone-style coil cable in the package. It looks and feels cheap, so we're going to put this away and pretend it doesn't exist. Finally, you get a two-part case, a pour-on case foam, a flexible PC plate, a silicone mute layer that acts as the gasket mount, and finally, the PCB. I went with the wired PCB, but you can also get this in Bluetooth if you want. The case is made from high-quality ABS plastic. It has a subtle grainy texture that feels nice to the touch. The keyboard has a 6-degree typing angle, and it features a very sleek curve on the sides. I noticed a blemish on my unit that I couldn't clean out, but I didn't really mind because it's on the inside of the case. I'll never see it anyway. Speaking of something else I'll never see, it's this KBD fans logo on the bottom. I'm not a fan of the Comic Sans font, but I can live with it. The KBD67 Lite is a 65% layout which comes with the arrows and 4 function keys. The PCB is VIA and QMK compatible, so you can program the function keys to anything you want. You'll need to download the software separately for this. The PCB features kill hot swap sockets and per key RGB. It also has a south-facing switch orientation, which is great because you won't face interference with cherry profile keycaps. This keyboard features a modified version of the gasket mount using the silicone mute pad. It doesn't give you the flex of traditional gasket mounts, but it's still a better option than the more common top mount system. With that out of the way, let's build this board. For the switches, I decided to go with Gateron Milky Yellow Pros. It's the new version of these legendary switches that comes pre-lubed from the factory. For the keycaps, I got some Akko white on black PBT keycaps. It has an ASA profile that's unique to Akko. Here's a comparison of what they look like compared to XDA and cherry profile keycaps I have. For the stabilizers, I wanted to try out some Durock V2s for this build. You don't really need to do this though. The stock stabilizers are decent enough on their own. I wholly modded and looped the Durock V2 stabs with Cryatox 205G0. I stuck on the stab pads that were provided in the kit and attached the stabs to the PCB. Next, I did the tempest tape mod with 3 layers of masking tape, and I added some PE foam on top of the PCB too. Now it's time to put on the switches, assemble the case, add the keycaps, and let's find out how this keyboard sounds. Before that, please consider helping the channel out by leaving a thumbs up and subscribing for more keyboard content. So what are some things I like and dislike about the KBD67 Lite? Let's first talk about the pros, starting with the sound signature. If you're looking for a thocky keyboard, the KBD67 Lite gets the job done right out of the box. What's really cool about the sound signature is the fact that it's pretty versatile. With the mods I did, the keyboard's sound profile changed to become much more poppy. Whether you're a connoisseur of clack, talk, pop, or any other sound, you'll stand a good chance of getting this board to sound the way you want it with the right mods. Next up, the looks. This keyboard looks really sleek, especially in the translucent black case. The slim case profile and curves makes it look probably as elegant as a plastic keyboard can. I love the subtle contrast of the brass screw mounts against the smoky black case. It's a nice visual touch. Lastly, value. I wouldn't personally call this a budget keyboard. For a lot of people, $120 is a lot of money, but it definitely lies within the affordable spectrum of quality custom keyboard kits. Keyword here being quality. This is levels above the keyboard kits that are available on AliExpress and Banggood, for example. The KBD67 Lite provides excellent value for what you're getting. Now onto the cons. The keyboard felt a little too light for me. Carrying it for the first time made it feel cheap. I know this is a plastic board, but I have cheaper plastic keyboards that weigh more than this, like my Tester 68, and that kit only cost $30. It took me some time to mentally adjust and make the connection that lighter does not mean cheaper. This keyboard also has little to no flex. For a gasket mounted board, the typing experience here leans more towards the stiff side. The silicone used in this gasket mount implementation does not compress enough, and there's not much space in the case to allow much flex either. And to be honest, that's all I could think about for the cons. So to sum up, what are my thoughts on the KBD67 Lite? Well, it's easy to see why it's achieved a cult classic status in the community. The materials are high quality, the sound signature is lovely, and it's easy to try different mods to get it sounding the way you want. KBD fans recently released the R4 of this keyboard, but they haven't made any changes or upgrades besides adding some new case colors. Feature and functionality wise, it's the same as the R2 that was released 1.5 years ago. If you're someone who wants the latest features and design cues, newer entry-level custom keyboards like the QK65, Zoom 65, and Keychron Q2 may give the KBD67 Lite a run for its money. Those all have metal cases and true gasket mounting systems, but they do cost slightly more. With the rapid innovation and prices that seem to be trending downwards, it's heating up to be a very exciting time for keyboard enthusiasts. KBD fans needs to consider refreshing this model sometime soon to ensure they don't get left behind. That being said, it doesn't take anything away from what it is. The KBD67 Lite is still an excellent keyboard, and I recommend it to anyone who wants a great looking, great sounding, high quality custom keyboard kit without breaking the bank. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.